These kids be stressing me out so much. We're trying to make it to summer, right? So my kids came up with a story that when I'm like super on edge or super stressed out, they're like, Miss Morales, you better be careful. Your eyes are gonna pop out. Today, I had a 5th grader tell me, you look like the paper towel machine. What? I can't. We're summer. These kids are so sweet. Last time on Dear Sketchbook,
it is April, which means
we are sharpening way too many pencils for Teacher Appreciation Week.
it is time for spring cleaning.
In April, I'm dipping and not scrubbing when it comes to cleaning my plate.
So that it's not so disgusting, because let me be so for real, it is. Hi, I'm Jablecki, and I'm an art teacher located in Maryland.
Hi, I'm Keisha Morales, and I'm an elementary art teacher here in Texas.
Welcome to the Art of Education's Dear Sketchbook, an art teacher vlog where we share the ins and outs of art teacher life
with fun and helpful tips and tricks along the way.
It's the final stretch, and we're here in May.
It's May. June is so close.
We have to have our all-school art show.
Are you detoxing with your fellow art teachers and speed drawing your way into summer?
I'm just trying to get these kids to survive day to day without getting buck wild.
No judgment. We've all been there before.
But it's a lot to plan, so
organizing all the things, cleaning all the things.
We're almost done. We're almost to the finish line. Let's get into some planning.
We've been so chaotic today. I forgot to put on my makeup. Here we are. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is the first week of May, the first couple days of May. It has been pouring, raining outside. Kids are wild. We just got done doing our last state testing, and we are 3 weeks away from the last day of school.
Okay, so there's a handful of things that I know I need to get done before the art show and concert. I've got a little food truck that is going to be parked outside, so I've been in communication with them. Students are using their final to pick their artwork, mount their artwork, create their tag, which actually helps me out. On their tag, I have them put a price. I tell them that they can list it for whatever they want, and I tell the students that they get to keep 100% of the money. Do some work sell? Yeah, I think about last year I had 20, and that's super fun for these students. The other thing that I do is I like to make sure that this is a juried show. This year, I have 13 different categories. For my top 10, I usually give them a little handmade medal. I want to decorate the front walkway. If we don't do it for the art show and decorate the sidewalk, we'll do it for probably 8th grade graduation, especially if the weather's not going to hold up. And we're very close to the art show. I think I might. Look at me pivoting. You're watching me think. It's insert all of the things that fly, mathematical problems, because my brain is in absolute overload for sure.
So on Monday, when the kids come in on the first day of Teacher Appreciation Week, I got a lot of these like fun streamers, pom-poms and all that we are gonna go into every classroom blaring this song that's gonna be like really fun, upbeat, inspiring, and giving their teachers these letters and their little gift. It's gonna be an emotional roller coaster watching these teachers open up these letters. I'm gonna just have to like drop it and leave because I cannot watch them read these letters. It is wild, okay? Wild.
I like to give my 8th grade students something that they can do that kind of commemorates their time here. This year, we decided to paint the stools. They put a base layer on the stool, and then they can kind of come up with their own design. They're using a mix of the paint pens, acrylic paints, and this is just a way for us to kind of get rid of some of the excess paint that we have.
Are you looking for a fun, simple, easy project that you can do with your kids when you're trying to clean up, you're trying to organize, you're trying to put up all of your supplies? I got you. I created these sentences, one for each table. For example, 7 fairies dressed in inflatable costumes, a taco, a unicorn, banana, went to the beach and tried to build a sandcastle, but a crab took their shovel and ran away. The sentence is facing down, and I will put a timer, and they get one large piece of paper. You have to read, and then you start the drawing process. And then after 2-3 minutes, I say stop, everybody put their hands up, and they rotate table where they do another picture drawing. And then once they're all done, I have all the students bring me back their drawings and their sentences. And what we do is I read the sentence and I flip over the drawing and just see how the story was created. The kids love it. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing fancy, but it's a great way to finish out the last week of school while you get ready for summer.
I'm gonna come up with a good list of some filler activities. Okay, so one of my favorites that I know my students absolutely love to do is I split the class into teams and we go onto YouTube and they have these like zoom out guess the picture games. They work together in their team. They create their own buzzer noise. Like it could be like, or like ding, 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 ding. Or sometimes they go like, moo, or they do something like 6, 7. Don't even get me started. And when they hit it, I will pause the video and they are ready to make their first guess. When they do their secret buzzer sound, which, could be whatever, that's when I'll pause the video and they have to guess from that point on. The further zoomed out it is, the less points that they get. You could check these out on YouTube, or you could go in and make your own. Google Arts and Culture has games already placed in. Things about music, mice in the museum, zoom out art. So these are fun, and I know that students can get these on their Chromebook so it's not blocked in the firewall. So here's another fun game that I love sharing with my students, which again, I know they can get on their Chromebook. They have to drag their mouse around the color wheel to try to match as close as they can to the color. As they move up in levels, it gets harder and harder and harder. They start with the hue, then they move to saturation, getting it lighter and darker, complementary, so across from each other on the color wheel, analogous, so close to each other, so they're working with trying to match the 2 colors. Then it moves up even harder. Then you have your 3 colors, your triadic colors. Then we move up to our 4s and to our tetradic colors. Now, this is a game that they can't get on their Chromebook, so we do it as a whole group. The goal of this game is to look at this picture and try to come up with what the AI prompt is for this day. It's really helping us learn how to talk about art. We can only use 100 characters. It will grade our score, give us a percentage, and then it shows us what image we created with our prompt. As well, it gives you a leaderboard, so it shows you how close other people were when creating their picture with their prompt. Okay, so another game that's really fun that I kind of use with my students. Now, there are online games that can help you with this, but I just can use Google Maps. I will plop us down somewhere in the middle of the world. I will project it up on the screen on Google Maps and move us around, and I set a timer and have students in about 3 minutes try to guess where in the world we are based on what we can see as we're walking in the street view. Do we see flags? Do we see pictures? Do we see words? Is there a language we can identify? Using that part of our brain to kind of problem solve, and it is super duper fun. So those are my online games, but I do have some preloaded things that they can do either on paper or in their visual journals. One of the things that my students love to do is go through my book of random prompts and get a random prompt. I will flip at random in this book of 500 drawing prompts. The prompt will be goldfish. So then they have to go back and they're going to draw a picture of a goldfish. I'll also use this as a builder tool. So basically they can either build a scene or they can add to their drawing, or maybe they're combining 2 different things together. I love using this book because it makes me and them have to interact with each other, and it gets them off their Chromebook, and it's fun. So,
hi. Let's sit here and talk about why this is scary, okay? This is my calendar for the rest of the year. This is how many portfolios I need to still pass out. We are entering the last 3 full days of school because let's be real, we're not having classes on that Friday. So 1, 2, 3, right? As exciting as it is that we are entering summer, I got projects missing for some reason. I got projects everywhere. I still got kids finishing projects, okay? Still got kids working. Sometimes they're not even here. I want them to finish. but I need to let that go. You know, I don't like it when they take unfinished stuff. Maybe it's just me. I did have a student tell me that they just throw away their portfolio. I'm like, don't tell me that. I don't want to know that. Let's just hope we make it to the end. Eyes on the prize. We just got done organizing all of kindergarten's artwork, and unfortunately, these friends are unclaimed because they moved. So, onto the bucket they go. Leftover student art projects, I'm sorry, but they mysteriously disappear into the trash can.
So it is officially the last days of school, and we are finally able to get out and do our chalk drawings. Let me show you what I like to do with my students and how to turn your sidewalk chalk drawings into something absolutely stunning and simply wonderful art. So here's what you need. Get yourself a little bucket of water and a paintbrush, and you're about to turn your chalk drawings into something amazing. Yes, that's right. I'm dropping it's actually starting to bubble, which is kind of funny. And I wanted to kind of take in some of the water because it creates really smooth lines. Let me show you. And I'm gonna use my paintbrush to spread the chalk and make it nice and filled in. I would typically do this with a paintbrush that is not your nicest. What I also love about doing this is that you can blend your colors together, creating almost like a paint, and really can help to spread out some of the life of your sidewalk chalk. And even though my students are middle school students, this is still such an awesome activity for them. Sometimes they just want to sit outside and kind of paint with chalk. Yes, and I'm officially becoming a bucket hat person.
So it's that time of year when classroom teachers are cleaning up their room and they go, oh, Miss Morales will love this. Thank you so much. But the answer is I don't want it. From drawing paper to pencils, crayons, dried out markers. I don't want it. And I really don't like coming into my room and seeing all these items just thrown in my room. So about 2-3 weeks out before the last day of school, I always send out an email letting teachers know, like, hey, thank you, love you, thank you so much for thinking of me, but please send me an email, a text message of what you want to give me because I don't need it. So it's a great way to let teachers know in a kind, respectful way, like, hey, pause. Does she really need this? If not, let me dispose of it myself.
My favorite part of the night, besides giving out all my cool awards, was my student gave me the disco snail for me to keep forever. It is post art show, which means that it is time to reset, clean up, and do all the things. I hang all their work outside and call them down to come get them because they're easily just taped up.
It's finally time for a classroom breakdown. Whiteboard has been cleaned, countertops are clean. I just want less stuff on the walls. I love a good clean slate.
We made it. It's the last Friday before we go to summer break, and there's a lot to get done in terms of getting this room shut down. They do run summer programs in our school, so I like to make sure supplies and things are completely stored away. They will come in and be like, and do a little shopping. Summer shopping in the art room.
Doing glue bottles and paint in the fall is very, very challenging for me. So right now, while the kids are just kind of doing this like fun drawing game, I have been sanitizing and cleaning out the lids by leaving them in water overnight. These are all refilled. They're ready to go.
These are the journals that students want me to save for the next year, especially my 6th and 7th graders. We don't use the whole book. Being able to provide them with their journal year to year, people have what they need as soon as the school year starts. Any 8th graders who are not going to take their journal with them for the summer, I have them tear out any used pages and I keep recycled books.
So this is all the stuff that was on top of my cabinets. Everything got cleaned, sanitized, dusted off, and it will be ready to be rolled out in August. I got rid of a lot of stuff at the beginning of last year and the end of last year, so I really don't have to worry about this area too much. All of these drawers are emptied, ready to go.
I also have to say that I'm very proud of the way that I've organized this.
Another thing that I'm gonna have to make a very difficult decision is whether these friends are going to be in my classroom next year. They've been a really big distraction with our younger friends. We have friends that will touch them, play with them, pull on their friendship bracelets. Earl definitely takes up a lot more space. So Earl will be living in the second room. I might keep Glenda just because she is lifted and out of child reach, but it just makes me so sad because these are staples in the room, you know, like I don't want to get rid of them. But it's getting to the point where like Roberta doesn't even have fingers. It is what it is, but they're not going away. They're living in another room for the time being.
So if I had to give my best advice for setting yourself up for fall, it's not about how to organize something or putting something away. It's about actually taking the time to rest, whether it's gardening, sitting by the pool, reading a book, going to the beach, going on a hike. Do something that is going to refresh your soul, your being, so that you can be the very best art teacher next year.
It's summertime! It's officially summer.
And if you are looking to stay connected with other art teachers, join us in the Art of Ed community.
It is a dedicated space to discuss relevant topics,
Give and receive support,
to ask and answer questions,
and share best practices.
all without the
Typical social media drama from other groups.
One of the reasons why I specifically love the Art of Ed community is because it is literally designed for art educators, and it keeps you inspired with fun ideas, lesson plans, tips and tricks to help you be successful as an art educator.
You can join by clicking the link in the description box below.
If you've enjoyed this series, be sure to like and subscribe.
Be sure that you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss the next exciting mini-series
For helpful videos.
from the Art of Ed. Bye!